My name is Karike Fares. So basically I'll be coordinating events over the next 36 odd hours.
The challenge today that I'm trying to pose to all of you is something that affects a lot of people, which is in terms of in places we usually have either too much water or too little water, and usually you don't know which in most of the cases because there's not much of monitoring that goes on of these systems.
Our challenge here is to complement the current complaints management system with an electronic-based mobile to web application, which will enable, which will empower the consumer to log in their complaint and to feel that there's a complete follow-through of their problem from the time they initiate it to the time the problem is resolved.
That we want to see innovative way of addressing or trying to disseminate that information to the public so that they can be able to see that information with ease and they are able to interpret it for their own use. We can use the facility that we have, that is the mobile phone. The customer read their meter, they send that information to us, and we are able to upload it into our system, and then we are able to bill that customer on an actual meter reading.
So you have complaints on water quality, you have complaints on bursts and leaks, you have complaints on unjustified disconnections, you have complaints on billing.
The key functionality which we would want here is simply that the customer can read off his meter, submit it along with enough information to be identified to match it to a customer account, and for the utility to receive that information.
Every issue of water will have a single point of truth. And that's why we have this hackathon, which is brilliant. We're trying to get developers to compete and come up with the best solutions. And I mean, the one who wins, I mean, will be a consultant towards all this process.
The developers group up into teams, decide what problems they're working on. So far, they have primarily, very few teams are coding yet. They have primarily been building the workflows and basically the design for the systems, figuring out how they'll work. And once they're done with that, they'll now begin software development, which is probably going to last all night.
I think it's really good to see a lot of the young talent that there is around here, for example in Kenya, to try and focus energies and bringing their own little experience and their own kind of knowledge of different tools, whether it be on the IT front or on the mobile front, to try and see how all these are pieced together to help generate solutions for problems that plague a lot of different countries, and solutions developed here might revolutionize the world tomorrow.
So essentially you can then have a historic record of this particular area in terms of months or years and so on.
At least a user has one of these devices. If you don't have any device that can view the mobile web, at least your phone can send an SMS, at least to the basic level. So we try to cover as much as possible various technologies as we could.
To the awards, the second runners-up who get 10,000 shillings in cash and a couple of GPS devices. And the guys who basically won today's event, who get an opportunity to incorporate the organization and scale up the project, are Onkashian. So thank you, you can all go home.